Most likely, until you get to the root of the problem, until you find the underlying cause of your addiction, you'll always be addicted to something. Hey there, thank you for tuning in to Get Healthy, Lose Weight. I am your host and health coach, Deanna Lynn. I'm here today to guide and teach you how to get your body the healthiest it can be so that you can start losing weight naturally without dieting or counting calories. Today, you will learn about food addiction. You'll discover whether or not you have a food addiction, and also I'll be sharing with you some tips to help you get control over your food cravings. Today is a full-length episode. I have a lot of great information I'll be sharing with you today, and to keep from overwhelming you, I would suggest you take at least 3 points out of today's lesson to focus on. All of us have something in our lives that gives us pleasure, makes us feel good about ourselves, something we enjoy doing. In fact, I don't think I've ever met a person that doesn't have some kind of an escape or an outlet or a vice, whatever you want to call it. It's normal until it becomes an addiction. And that means it has control over what you do, your well-being, and your life in a negative way. Some of the more common addictions are smoking, drugs and alcohol, sex, eating, gambling, that's a biggie, watching television, working, I'm sure you've heard of workaholics, and even shopping, which mine is shopping. In my younger years, it had become a real problem for me. I spent every dime I made at the mall. And when I ran out of money, I ran up credit cards. And anytime I would reach my limit, the credit card company would raise my limit. It got to the point I wasn't able to make my payments anymore. All of my earnings were going to pay for my credit cards. And so, of course, I got to the point where I couldn't even make the credit card payments. So I just didn't. I just stopped paying my bills. It's a good thing there's no debtor's prison. The threatening letters and phone calls from the credit card companies were so stressful, and they made me feel so guilty. I was very young and reckless, and of course today I'm more responsible. In fact, I don't really even have a credit card. If I don't have the money for it, I just don't buy it. I am a recovering shopaholic. Today, I have more control over my addiction. And I say more because my addiction is always there. The key to getting control of your addiction is to understand where it's coming from, to be aware that you have it, and to know what's causing it. Or should I say, what triggers it? Before I became aware of my problem, I would shop for pleasure, impulsively buying anything that made me feel good. The more expensive the object of my desire was, the bigger high I got from purchasing it. However, once I realized this was ruining my life and that the debt was making me feel miserable, I learned that instead of impulsively buying something, all I had to do was think for a minute. And if I just walked away and thought about it before I bought anything, if I just walked away, my desire to purchase would completely dissipate. I would tell myself, well, if you want it, it'll be here tomorrow. All I had to do was just walk away from it. And in about 15 minutes, I had completely forgot about it. There were times when I was trying to kick the habit or my addiction that the compulsion was so overwhelming, I just had to buy something. So I would buy something small, like say a lipstick. Lipstick always made me feel good. I could afford a $10 lipstick, and it wouldn't overdraw my bank account. Yeah, my bank account was overdrawn a lot of times in those days. I remember the last time when I impulsively had to buy a lipstick. I started to purchase it, and then I stopped and thought. I thought to myself, wait a minute, you probably have 3 lipsticks almost the same color at home.